Top 5 sporting airline disasters. Number 5. Alianza Lima Peru football team. The 1987 Alianza Lima air disaster took place on December 8, 1987, when a Peruvian Navy Fokker F-27 400M, chartered by Peruvian football club Alianza Lima, plunged into the Pacific Ocean 6 miles short of its destination. On board the flight were a total of 44 players, managers, staff, cheerleaders and crew members, of which only the pilot survived the accident. The accident was disastrous for Alianza, who lost their most promising squad in a decade. Number 4. U.S. amateur boxing team. LOT Polish Airlines Flight 007 crashed near Warsaw, Poland, on March 14, 1980, due to mechanical failure as the crew aborted a landing and attempted to go around. All 87 crew and passengers died. On board were many members of the 1980 U.S. amateur boxing team, many of whom were contenders to qualify for the 1980 U.S. Olympic boxing team. The U.S. subsequently boycotted the 1980 Olympics in Moscow. The team was going to Poland for boxing matches against Polish and Russian amateur boxers. The body of the pilot was found lying on the street about 60 meters from the crash site. Other bodies were scattered between the plane parts. According to the Polish government's Special Disaster Commission, the crash was caused by defects in materials, faults in the manufacturing process of the jet engine's shaft, and weaknesses in the design of its turbine. Number 3. University of Evansville basketball team. On December 13, 1977, a chartered DC-3 carrying the entire University of Evansville basketball team crashed in a field near the Evansville Regional Airport. Every member of the team and coaching staff on the plane was killed. 29 people died in the crash, including 14 members of the basketball team and its coach. 3 people did survive the crash but died shortly thereafter. The NTSB determined the cause of the crash was improper weight balance and the failure of the crew to remove external safety locks. Number 2. Cal Poly football team. The Cal Poly football team plane crash occurred on October 29, 1960, when a twin-engine C-46 propliner, carrying the California Polytechnic State University football team, crashed on takeoff at the Toledo Express Airport in Toledo, Ohio. The World War II vintage aircraft broke in two and caught fire on impact. 22 of the 48 people on board were killed, including 16 players. The follow-up investigation concluded that the aircraft had been overloaded by 2,000 pounds above its maximum certificated gross takeoff weight and that there was a partial power loss in the left engine prior to the crash. Number 1. Wichita State football team. On Friday, October 2, 1970, the Wichita State University football team was aboard a Martin 404 aircraft when it crashed into a mountain 8 miles west of Silver Plume, Colorado. The airplane carried 36 passengers and a crew of 4. 29 were killed at the scene and 2 later died of their injuries. Wichita State University built a memorial for those who had died from the crash called Memorial 70. Every year on October 2, at 9 a.m., a wreath is placed at this memorial.